as it seems. The sound of her laughter will sing in your dreams. Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel her call you across a crowded room, then fly to her side and make her your own, or all through your life you may dream all alone. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her go.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I get along without you? You took the part that once was my heart. So why not take all of me? All of me, come on, get all of me. Can't you see I'm just a mess without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Get a piece of these arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I ever make it without you? You know you got the part, used to be my heart. So why not take all of me?
Beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond a star, it's near beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. My heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore trees. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but
For this one farmer, the worries are over. Lie down and rest your head. Your time has been and struggles enough. Put the tractor in the shed. Years were not always easy, many downright hard, but your faith in God transcended. Put away your tools and sleep in peace. The fences are all mended. You raised a family, worked the land well, and always followed the sun. Hang up your shovel inside the barn. Your work here on earth is done. A determination few possess led your journey through life, often a jagged and stony way. The sun is setting, the cattle are all bedded, and here now is the end of your day. Your love of God's soil has passed on to your kin. The stories flow like fine wine. Wash off your work boots in the puddle left by the blessed rain one final time. You always believed that the land would provide, and it always did somehow. Take off your gloves and put them down. No more sweat and worry for you now. Your labour is done. Your home now is heaven. No more must you wait. Your legacy lives on, your love of the land, and we now close the gate. Family and friends, we've come together this afternoon to celebrate the life of Thomas Dainton Franks. Tom, as he was known to all, a down-to-earth man who loved the great outdoors, who loved working the land, a man with no airs or graces, who loved to have a laugh and also loved his family dearly. My name is Denise Wotherspoon, and along with Jessie and the staff of Parkside Funerals, I am honoured to be leading a celebration of Tom's life and to help you all say farewell to him in a loving and meaningful way. At the conclusion of Tom's interment in the Burney Lawn Cemetery, it will be wonderful to return here to the reception area to share your stories of Tom, have a cuppa, and support one another. Tom was the type of man, as you know, that would not want to be the centre of attention today. He'd want little fuss and few tears. But his death does unite us all. You are his closest family and friends, and you all share one thing in common. Your lives have been touched by the good fortune of having known him. Today we stop the rush of life, pause for a while, and reflect. Our service has many purposes. Of course, it is for the reverent farewell of a wonderful husband, father, brother, brother-in-law, uncle, friend, and companion. But it also recognises the value of his life, and it confirms that that life has ended. It also helps you all face the reality of his death. Although we feel sadness, it is important to remember the good times and know that grief is a natural emotion when we lose someone we love. And ultimately, remembering the good times will bring the smiles back again. When we think about it, none of us has very long on this earth. Life is fleeting. Tom's 96 years were lived with courage and determination. A down-to-earth, good bloke, Tom was a man who would do anything to help anyone, always with a smile, never wanting anything in return. Born in Burney on the 29th of August 1928, Tom was the eldest of 4 children born to Phyllis and Thomas Franks. Along with his sisters, Beverly, Pamela, and Shirley, he enjoyed life on the farm, helping out with any chores he was given and learning valuable skills from his father. Driving the truck at 9 years of age while the men pitched the hay onto it, there was really nothing he couldn't put his hand to. He attended the Elliott State School until grade 6, going on to Burney High School until Yolla Area School was opened. At the age of 15, he left school and worked full-time with his dad on the 100-acre farm, Sunnyside. As a young lad, aged 5, he lived with his grandmother and Auntie Edna in order to get to school. He would be taken to them on Sunday evening, and return home to his family on Friday after school. Tom's father made him a little metal pedal car, which his sisters fondly recall. And this, most likely, is what led Tom to making billy carts that he and his sisters enjoyed so much. An adventurous child, he was into everything. His sister Pamela fondly remembers trapping rabbits with him in order to sell their skins. The May Day fireworks night when Tom, in his excitement, started running and tripped over a log and broke his arm. And also she had the vivid memory of the green dress that Tom knitted for his sister Beverly's doll. That memory sits really clearly in Pamela's mind. Tom's mother Phyllis had taught him to knit, as he always needed something to do, especially in times when he may have been housebound due to measles or other childhood diseases. At the age of 17, he took a trip to New Zealand with a group of farmers from the area to look at their farming methods, a trip he remembered fondly. Also, a trip to the Sydney Agricultural Show with another group of farmers saw them take the local Tassie potatoes and cook hot chips, the best chips apparently that Sydney-siders had ever tasted. So the community continued to grow Kennebecks and Brownells to send to the Sydney markets after this. Tom had seen a picture of an American potato digger, and with his mechanical engineering mindset, it wasn't long before he made one to use on the farm. When his father bought him his first car, there was a lot of work to be done on it because the car didn't actually go. So Tom set about fixing it, and by the time he got it onto the road, he knew everything about it and never had to pay anyone for mechanical repairs. Tom was a very clever and skilled young man. In fact, people in Burnie would call on him to help if they couldn't fix things of their own. In his younger days, Tom played football and tennis with local clubs. He also helped to build the Elliott Community Hall, and in 1977 was one of the original founders of the Yola Producers Society, now known as the Yola Co-op. After meeting the lovely Mona Bug, they courted for a while before marrying in 1958 and moved to a home in Bug's Lane. Tom was a beautiful dancer, and he and Mona loved attending the local country dances. Their daughter Louise was born in 1958 and son Richard in 1959. Sadly, Louise died in 1963 at the tender age of 5, and Tom and Mona were bereft. Joy came back into the home with the birth of Andrew in 1967. But sadly, sorrow returned with the death of Richard in 1976, aged 17. Tom continued to work hard on the farm, milking, cropping, and running beef cattle for a short time. Unfortunately, the cattle would often break through the fences and destroy the crops, so they were dispensed with, and sheep and cropping became the mainstays of the farm. But he also kept his mind incredibly sharp with mechanical engineering activities. He once bought a sewing machine for Mona, and with no instruction booklet, he worked out how to do the buttonholes and taught Mona how many other things that this machine could do. Along with his farm in Bug's Lane, Tom helped on his grandfather's farm, another 100-acre unit near the Elliott Hall, a farm known as Glengale, where ultimately he spent 2 years building a new home that the family moved into in 1960. Tom loved tinkering with the farm machinery. Being self-taught, he modified an old Land Rover and put any spare parts and scrap metal to good use, necessity being the mother of invention. He had fantastic engineering skills and made useful adaptations to machinery to make life easier. A hard-working man of the land, Tom owned a small header and would help other farmers in the area harvesting peas, barley and oats. Baling season was always a busy time, but he was never too busy to take his Alice Chalmers baler next door and help out. Tom and Mona decided to go their separate ways in November 1996, and a few years later, Tom sold the farm in Bugs Lane and retired. Moving to Sulphur Creek, he spent his time pottering around the house and garden, doing renovations where needed, and enjoying a variety of English comedy shows on television. Dave Allen on the buses and Are You Being Served being some of his favourites. An easygoing, down-to-earth man, Tom was a great teacher and mentor to young people. He had a natural intuition that meant he always knew when a young man may need some good advice or guidance. He related well to people, and his counsel was often sought. Throughout his life, he loved his dogs. His last border collie, Tiger, was a particular favourite. Possessing a great sense of humour, he would often come out with some fabulous one-liners or particularly funny dad jokes, those great British comedies giving him lots of material to share. Tom remained independently living in his home in Sulphur Creek until last year, when at the age of 95 and on medical advice, he moved into Coronet Park in Penguin, where he saw out his twilight year. As his body began to fail him, Tom stayed positive and resilient, but sadly, he lost his fight and passed peacefully on Friday, the 18th of October. Rest now, Tom. Your work on this earth is done. We now have the privilege of viewing some photographs that Andrew collected that depict aspects of what we've just heard of Tom's life. And the song chosen to accompany these is My Way by Frank Sinatra.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got, if not himself? Then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my Yes, it was my way.
Definitely an amazing man, and so beautiful to see the old black and whites, and you're all together, and you're all still together now. One of Tom's very close friends has asked to speak this afternoon, and I invite forward Craig Flowers. Sorry if you're dropped upon.
Oh, this comes as a bit of a shock. I was going to get up and say something if I'd been asked, but anyway. I met Tom, late 80s, I reckon. We put up there at Elliot. I was on him too. I wanted to move into the dairy, and anyway, I ended up getting a hydro hut, and Tom and Andrew put it all together for me. That was pretty nice. A bit upset, I've got a few tears going here, I think. He had a pretty hard life, that's for sure. Don't know whether people should go through all that, but anyway, they did. Andrew's there, he's looking after him in the end. That was pretty good. I didn't go and see him the last 3 or 4 years, which is really sad. COVID was on, and I didn't want to give him COVID, and then we drifted apart. I used to drive past this South Creek and think, oh, I wonder how he's going down there. Anyway, what else can I say? He used to come over to the hut every night, so we'd sit down there and talk a bit of stuff, and off he'd go. And then when him and Mona parted, he ended up going out to Sulphur Creek. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else wants anything to say or not.
Thank you for that. I am sure Tom is very glad that you came forward this afternoon. I know Andrew is. Would you all please bow your heads and join me in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. What would Tom say if he was with us right now? Maybe this: I am just a farmer, plain and simple, not of royal birth, but rather a worker of the earth. I know not of riches, but rather of patches on my breeches. I know of drought and rain, of pleasure and pain. I know of the good and the bad, the happy and the sad. I am a man of emotions who need not to travel over oceans. A man who loves this land and the beauty of its sand. I know of a spring's fresh glow and autumn's golden glow. Of a newborn calf's hesitation and the eagle's destination. I know of tall pines and long waiting lines, of the warmth of campfires and the agony of flat tires. But I am a man who loves his job and the life I live. I am a man who works with God. I cannot succeed without his help. For you see, I am just a farmer, plain and simple. But we know that Tom was far from just a farmer, plain and simple. He was a highly intelligent and creative man who loved the land and every opportunity it held. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to take Tom on his final journey to the Burney Lawn Cemetery, where he will be laid to rest. Please feel free to join us there or to remain here if you wish and wait for everyone's return. Would you all please stand?
Look at me, I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree, and I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. You can say that you're leading me on, but it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, would I wander through this wonderland alone? Never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. I'm too misty and too much in love. Wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. I'm too misty and too much in love. Look at me.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low, and you can tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go. Whisper to me, tell me, do you love me true? Or is he holding you the way I do? Though love is blind, make up your mind, I've got to know. Should I hang up, or will you tell him he'll have to go? You can't say the words I want to hear while you're with another man. Do you want me answer yes or no? Darling, I will understand. Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low, and you can tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go.
Moon river wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Old dream maker, you heartbreaker, Wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River and me. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world